What is good, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video, and in this one I want to break down what's happening with Tesla, SPY, Nvda, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers. I'm also going to break down why I believe there's going to be a big squeeze coming to the markets and why there's going to be some very, very nice looking setups developing, in my personal opinion. But before I break the devil's information, before I talk about the squeeze that's coming, let me just mention a couple of things. I am personally not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Moomoo, deposit $100, you're guaranteed 7 free stocks, and the offer ends in just 7 days. Anyways, for the market, I just want to say that right here we have a very, very nice looking cup and handle-like structure on SPY. And this thing is holding up very, very nicely so far. So the odds do favor a big push coming to new all-time highs within the next 2 days, in my personal opinion. So this is looking very, very bullish to me. I think SPY is going to break out very soon. I think that there's a lot more potential for it. So when it comes to data, as a reminder, we had a bunch of Fed speakers not really affecting the market too much, causing a little pop, but not really anything too crazy as the market was kind of consolidating a bit. But going into tomorrow, please remember that although we have some very, very boring mortgage data in the beginning, we also have the FOMC minutes coming out, and this is going to be very important at 2 p.m. tomorrow. Then on top of that, we have Nvidia's earnings, and that's actually going to have a big effect on the way the market moves. In my personal opinion, the charts look bullish for the most part. Looking at SPY, this cup and handle is going to likely play out. We're holding up very nicely, forming wicks right here as buyers are defending, and they have the edge. They're holding us very nicely above 530. I personally believe that we're going to see a big push and break the all-time high within the next couple of days, within 1 to 2 days. I think that SPY looks very, very strong right here. Now, if you want to turn bearish on SPY, you want to see it basically first lose the 50 EMA, the yellow line you see right over here. You want to see it lose this. And then if it loses that, that's going to be the first bearish signal. Then if we lose 528, we turn back down. Then we're going to turn like all the way back down to lower levels like 526. But for now, there's no sign of that. There's no sign of us losing key support. We're actually holding above 530. So the odds end up favoring, in my personal opinion, a much bigger push to 531.5 or even higher than that. On top of that, when it comes to Tesla, Tesla is exploding right now because we had some very, very bullish news that just kept on coming out. The first bullish piece of news came out when there was a big announcement that came out that the shareholders are not really in favor of Elon Musk's pay compensation plan. That could be because of the fact that the company's not in a position to really provide. It's looking at how sales are looking and such. So the overall stock kind of enjoyed that. It actually started pumping a bit. Then it started trading sideways for a few hours. And then more bullish news came out because we're seeing Pepsi expanding its EV fleet, trying to order more Tesla semis. Another 50 of them are going to be incorporated. That is very bullish news, and that's why Tesla ended up exploding. Now we're approaching 186 as resistance. Break this. Our next target is going to be all the way up here at 188. Then we have the 190s above that. If we end up losing support, our next support is going to be down here around 183.5, then 182. If we lose 185, so watch those three supports. Overall, the chart is favoring the bulls. It's very strong, good volume, and it's looking stronger than before. So I see more upside potential in Tesla. For Nvidia, we're looking more bullish overall because I'm going to hide these little lines because I usually use those for scalping. Let's actually zoom out and look at the 4-hour time frame. This is looking bullish to me. I think the 4-hour is showing this looks very, very bullish. Nice accumulation structure right over here, pushing up very nicely. It's holding up very well, and we have potential to go all the way up to at least 960. So we might see that as soon as tomorrow, approaching earnings. At least 960 is likely coming. And if earnings go well for Nvidia, it's going to continue to squeeze to the 1000s, above 1000. If not, then it's going to get a rug pull, but we'll wait and see what happens with the earnings. But as of right now, if we just kind of ignore earnings, the chart is looking more bullish overall. The structure is still bullish. It's on a very, very nice uptrend. Nvidia is showing a lot of strength. How about for the QQQ? And now this is also a monster. It's a monster. This thing's continuing to run very, very nicely. Let me pull up the hourly time frame just to kind of show you guys this. So looking at the 1-hour time frame, you guys could see that this is continuing to test all-time highs, and there's no sign of this breaking down. Okay, just like SPY, if you want to turn bearish, you first want to see it lose our 20 EMA. Okay, that's the first EMA, and the 50 EMA. Today it did touch the 50 EMA, but then it bounced as exactly as we predicted. So that's going to be at 453. If we lose that, we'll be dipping all the way down to about 451 to fill the gap below. Then we have 450 coming next. So those are the supports. The resistance is at 455.5 and then 456.25 at higher levels. I favor the upside more. I think that the odds do favor a push all the way up to new all-time highs. So the QQQ is looking more bullish. This has like a cup and handle like structure. It's not perfect, but it's similar. And I see more upside potential in this to get to at least 456 and 458. Overall, it's looking more bullish. For Aapl, we are looking more bullish. Why? We had this nice little consolidation that was going on. We broke out of it. And then since then, we've been continuing to uptrend. So now we're approaching, we're trying to break above 192.5. That breaks will be easily pushed to 193.5. We have supports currently at 192 and 192.5. We'll see how it holds up. If we lose 192.5, I'll be looking at 191.5, then 190.5. Overall, we're bullish. It looks like it's going to push higher. Could be looking for a test of 193.5 very soon. Aapl is holding up very, very well. On top of all of this, we also have Bitcoin. Bitcoin is also kind of dipping a little bit. I think we're going to be approaching our 50 EMA, which is going to be very close to right here. The 69,250 area. It might dip a little bit more, but it could get a bounce. It still could bounce very, very nicely. It's still holding up well. As long as we hold up over our 50 EMA, it does have potential to bounce right here. So I'll give this some time. Bitcoin is still holding up well. It's still at 69,000, not in the worst of places. A 2% move is like very, very minor for crypto. Crypto is very volatile. So don't be too kind of discouraged just by that. Just give it some time and see how well we hold above our 50 EMA. And now for a few more. Super micro. I know a lot of people are talking about this. We're kind of shuffling right now between our resistance at the 940 area and the supports currently at 908 to 900, going back and forth and back and forth. Overall, we're still holding up very, very well with an accumulation, and the chart does look like it's trying to build steam to try to push higher later. I think it might get a pop tomorrow, but just to be safe, let's wait for Nvidia's earnings. That's going to have a big effect on whether or not this continues, so I'll be waiting for that. For Rivian, we are looking like we have a nice double bottom like structure. Could try to push a little bit higher with the EVs. Going to be looking for a test of about 10.22. If we break that, look for a bounce. Now, if we do fail to break that, if we get a rejection of 10.22, then we could be looking for a head and shoulders like structure, and then we could be dipping all the way down to the nines. So it depends on the test of 10.2 to 10.3. I think we're going to push a little bit to test that, but watch and see if we end up getting a rejection or not. And then we also have, let's just see a few more. We also have Coinbase. Coinbase is shuffling at the 230 area, 230 to 232. Might continue to do so. I think it might just continue to trade in the range right here. If we do dip a bit, we could actually retest like 225 and then come back up. But I see just lots of sideways price action. For Amazon, we did dip a bit, but we could try to rebound from this point and retest 183. So watch and see if we hold above 182. If we do so, look for 183 flat to be tested. That's exactly where the 20 EMA happens to be. For Meta, we're just trading sideways. We have support at 462, resistance at 465. I think we might just trade sideways for a bit before we try to rebound. We could push a little bit hard to 468, but then we'll see what happens after that. With that being said, guys, that's it at least for the main tickers right now. For GameStop, I just wanted to say that right now GameStop is basing very, very well. We have an inverse head and shoulders like structure. If GameStop holds this, we could be looking for a bounce very soon to about 30. We could be pushing for basically 25 to 30. We could be looking for a bounce if we hold this support. So we'll give this some time. And then for AMC, AMC is also holding up decently. We could be pushing for 5 very soon. So it is looking relatively good. We might look for another accumulation and a bounce here. So I think 5 plus is coming. So give it some time. With that being said, guys, that is it for the video. Thank you all so much for listening. Hopefully this video was insightful about how the bulls are winning right now. They have control right now, and there is more upside potential for these markets. All right. So I want to give you guys a warning in advance. Have a great day. I'll see you guys in just a couple of hours, and peace out.